women are not supposed to be having kids at the rate that we be having kids in the modern era. I'm telling y'all, back in the day prior to the patriarchy, when we lived in matriarchal communities, mostly matriarchal, matrilineal communities, we lived in small, tiny communities. Okay. We had small, women weren't out here popping out kids every 15 minutes. I believe that, scientists have discovered or have researched and found that women back in matrilineal and matriarchal societies would have kids once every 6-7 years. It wasn't, having a kid every 2 years. You got a toddler on one arm, you got a newborn on the other arm, that these women were having kids every 6 years, that they weren't having children like that. I really believe that we women are not supposed to be having children the way we're having children today. And the reason why we're having children at such high rates, especially, in the 20th century, we're in the 21st now. But the reason why is because of capitalism and patriarchy. That's it. The idea of women being baby factories, right? We have the vice president, J.D. Vance. That was practically what he campaigned on. Women and motherhood, and how women are supposed to be out here having babies. Notice that's the conservative line, right? Because, they're very, very wrapped up in that patriarchal mindset and that capitalist mindset. But the patriarchy and capitalism is what created this narrative that women are supposed to just be pumping babies out. Why? So that we can pump out workers for the capitalists, so that the capitalists can make money. Why? So that we can have women trapped in eternal unpaid servitude, constantly taking care of these children who will then go on to be the workers for the capitalists. That's why women are out here pumping babies out, especially back in the 20th century, having, how many of us have parents who's, especially boomer parents and above, who are one of 6 kids, one of 8 kids, one of 12 kids. That shit is insane. And when you know how dangerous carrying children, bearing children, and raising children, when you know how dangerous it is, it's crazy to think that our grandmothers and great grandmothers were out here popping out 10, 12, 14, 16 children. Knowing what it entails and understanding what it entails, I'm telling y'all, I don't believe that we as humans are supposed to be pumping out these amount of children like that.